guys, my running kid here. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to my next theme Q&A. Like I said, fortunately, guys, my place is a little busy, so I'm here in my kind of secret location. This is where all my classic systems go, as you can see. There's my Dreamcast and my Cube. I got my old Xbox down below and things like that. This is like kind of a storage room slash, but yeah, like I said, here to deliver the questions that you guys bestowed upon me and just have fun as always. Oh yeah, what was the theme again? Oh yeah, it has something to do with this guy. If you can't see it, it's the Black Panther symbol. If I can get a better look at it, let me see if I get some light on it. Too much. You can't really see it, but yeah. But basically, guys, oh boy, we're having technical difficulties already. There we go. But like I said, guys, just here to have fun, here to answer your questions. If you would like, if you can't really see the shirt, guys, I can show you where you can find it. This shirt, this Black Panther shirt, is exclusive to my comic store, Midtown Comics. So it can only be purchased there at one of those stores. But like I said, I'm here to answer your questions, and let's get to it. So I think I'll answer the first questions that were left on Facebook, and then I'll deal with the questions that were left in the announcement video, because that's where the majority of them are. So I'm going to answer them from Facebook. And if you guys, you're live, we are live, and you can ask me questions. No ands and buts about it. So let's get to it, shall we? All right. So let's see what questions we have. All right. So we're going to go to Facebook, and we have two people. Well, a couple of questions, but from two people on there. My friend Ben Maxwell Blackwood, and my friend Brian Hutchison Jr. Excuse me. And the first set of questions from Ben, like I said, 4 questions a pop for everybody. His first question is, how did you enjoy the Black Panther animated series on BET? Oh, you're talking about the kind of stop motion. I didn't mind that series at all. It was based off of Holland's run of the Panther, so that's kind of ironic, don't you think? It was like, yeah, you're gonna do a series but it's based off of his run. I didn't like that. I thought that was a little bit like, really? Why his run? You could have just came up with your own ideas and just created around the Panther legacy. You had Damon Halston. He voiced T'Challa in that, and they took out some characters because in Holland's run, he had the Rhino was in that but unfortunately they had to change it for who they changed it for, the Juggernaut, I think. Yeah, they had to do some changes, but it was okay. I didn't mind the series. I thought it could have been better. I really wish they had kept it in Ramita's artwork, but it was more like that stop motion capturing feel. I just didn't really like that too much. And like I said, also the reason why I didn't like it is because Holland really he tried to buy the rights to Panther. And I'm looking at this guy. Just once I heard that, I'm like, what are you smoking? You're out of your mind. Like, you're out of your mind to think that Marvel is gonna like give you ownership of that character. Wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, Ben, I was okay with it, but I just didn't. Uh, I just didn't. It could have been better. Very much could have been better. Um, has T'Challa ever dated other Marvel females besides Storm? Yes, he has. Um, he had a little fling with Photon or Spectrum or Pulsar. She has so many names. Captain Marvel, she's at. But we all know her as Monica Rambeau. You check her out on Captain America and the Mighty Avengers. Good comic right there. But yeah, he's had a fling with her. He's had a couple of flings, but supposedly they all say they never match up to Storm. Excuse me. And but yeah, he's had quite a few ladies in his life. I don't mind, not at all. But yeah, let's see what your next question is. Oh, your third question is, who would you get to write a new Panther series plus artists? Ooh, okay. So this counts as both two questions. All right. Um, got it. For for the writer, David Walker, the writer who's writing Shaft, the writer who writes the Shaft comic, and who's going to be writing the Cyborg comic, definitely would get him for a new Panther series, and artwork done by, yeah, Mike Deodato. Yeah. There you go. Or maybe even Ben Oliver. I'll take Ben Oliver too. All right. So thank you, Ben, for those questions. Um, let's move on. Let's go to the next. Okay, Brian Hutchison Jr. What's up, Brian? Or that's right. You said call you Tack. That's your nickname. Okay, Tack. Um, Tattooed geek, London born, LA raised, right? So yeah, um, that's that's Brian. You guys can find him on Facebook and things like that, and Twitter. I believe his name is what was it, Light, Son of Light, or 85 or something like that. I can't remember it. Uh, but okay, his questions. He only has two for me. He says, "Cool, only two, mate. Create a team of 12 members led by T'Challa, any company." Okay, so you said 12. All right. All right. Um, oh, one more character. And they can only be. Really? Really? Okay. See, now you. All right. Now I can only use black characters, huh? Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right. So 12. All right. So basically, I'm only giving you 11 because with T'Challa, that's 12. All right. So 11. All right. Icon, 1. Rocket, 2. Vixen, 3. Luke Cage, 4. Falcon, 5. Uh, Brother Voodoo, 6. Or 7, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Storm. Okay, Storm. That's, yeah, you could say 8. 7 or 8. Where uh, Black Lightning. Oh, Static in there too. To have 2 electric characters in there. Uh, Batwing, Batwing, David Zemby. Um, so that's it. There you go. That's a few. How'd I do? Yeah, you said I can only have. They can only be black. So there you go. All right, let's move on. Your next question is: would you like an animated series, a new animated series? Yes, indeed. Better, better storytelling, more creative storytelling, not based off of a certain somebody's comic run. Where you go into your own creativity, use your own creative juices. I would love that, not a series based off of your run. And once again, going back to that, that's why I didn't like it, because that felt very biased. It was like, yeah, okay, if you're gonna do a Panther run, then how come you didn't do Priest's run? Who, in my opinion, Priest's run was far better than Holland's run. Um, so you know, and there's a reason why I say that, because Holland tried to make T'Challa come off so badass, and that wasn't needed, because he's already a great character. I get so sick and tired of people having to make characters look badass just to sell them. That don't work with me. That does not slide with me. And that's why, the same thing that's going on with and even though I'm digressing, but the same thing that's going on with me with Aquaman. It's like the look is fine, but I'm like, if y'all just trying to make him look badass, you're clearly missing the point, in my opinion. That's just me. Okay? But thank you, Brian Tack, for the questions. Uh, and I'll move on to now. We go to the questions that were left on the announcement vid. Let's see who's. Let's see what's the damage so far. Okay, we got pretty much. Let's see. Let's see. Before I get to the questions, oh, all right. And let's see, who do we have here? We have, okay, Dead Free. Hey, Daniel and Omnitron. I'm not surprised. Hey, Tron. All right, so let's get to these questions. All right, let's see. Whose is the longest? Who's been out the longest? Looks like. Well, I don't have to. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Okay, I can go by. All right, a lot of them are just a day, a week old. Okay. All right, so let me just start off with the questions at hand right here. First question comes from Pioneer Skies 38. How you doing, dude? Or girl? I see. I don't know if you're a guy or girl. So how you doing? Okay. Your question is, wouldn't it be awesome to see T'Challa beating Namor's ass in the new Black Panther movie? Hopefully Marvel Studios does have the rights to Namor. It'd be really cool to see him there, and see the Atlanteans, and acknowledge that the Atlanteans do exist. Uh, but I wouldn't mind that. Look, I don't hate Namor. I don't. I just think I really want to see somebody put him in his place sometime, because to me, he acts so much like a douche, and I'm just like, somebody needs to just slap him one time, just like, look, you're a king, I respect that, but sometimes, quoting The Rock here, know your role, shut your mouth, and that's it. Sometimes, so much for the firstborn mutant. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I sorry, digressing. Sorry. All right, let's move on to Evil Mastermind. Evil Mastermind. Yeah, be right back, guys. What's up, dude? The what? No, it wasn't. Wait, do that, man? Oh, I presume Tuesday. I'm on the I'm on the server for not being aware of the meeting. So basically what you're saying is okay. At the office, right? At the office, right? All right. Okay. Apologize for that, guys. Uh, uh, definitely apologize for that. Uh, job issue. Don't even sweat that. All right, look. Let's get to the next questions. All right, it's supposed to be fun. I'm not even gonna be sweating that right now. All right. So it's Evil Mastermind. You had a question for me. It was um, you say I know it's Claw, but you basically asking I know it's Claw, but I mean like a sick. Oh, here we go. Okay, other than Claw, who would you choose to be the villain in the Black Panther movie? Uh, well, definitely you have to start with Claw because Claw plays a big role um, with pretty much Panther's, T'Challa's legacy, his birth, and him becoming the next new Black Panther. Um, so yeah, you definitely got to play that up. Definitely. Um, then Uh, next, but other than that, a villain, other than another villain, I would definitely, uh, one of them would definitely be, oh, besides Manape, Mbaku, I would definitely go with, oh boy, I'm trying to remember his name, and now I'm feeling a blank, guys. Sorry about that. I gotta look up his name again. Just trying to remember his damn name. Uh, Eric Killmonger. There we go. Definitely. Eric Killmonger definitely would be a good villain because that guy defeated T'Challa once, so he's one of T'Challa's deadliest enemies. Um, so definitely he would be White Wolf would be another one, even though he's T'Challa's like half brother. Uh, but they definitely going to start with Claw, um, and you can see Claw being definitely, they've already set the, they've already set the pieces for Claw. Um, so yeah, um, who would you who would I cast to play T'Challa? Chadwick is perfect. Mr. Baldwin is perfect. That's why I don't even sweat it anymore. I'm just like, yeah, that was perfect casting. It's just like he could pull it off. Uh, I still think Michael Jai White could play Eric Killmonger definitely in that. Yeah, uh, but he's perfect. Your next question is: would you like to see T'Challa introduced in a Black Panther movie first, or introduced in a different movie first? For example, Age of Ultron. T'Challa is going to be introduced in Civil War first. So in the third Captain America movie, so you'll see him there, and then his movie will go into more detail of who this guy really is. So I'm fine with that. So, but thank you for the questions, Mastermind. Let's move on to the next. Okay, Burnout or Seven. How old is the Black Panther line? Very old. It's pretty much similar to the Phantom. It's passed down from father to son, father to son. It's passed down from every king and former ruler of Wakanda, and we've seen that in um, different arcs, especially during uh, Hickman's run in the Fantastic Four, where we showcased, you know, T'Challa's new abilities and why he's like that. He has the power of all the past Panthers in him. So it's very old. It's not definitely it's definitely not it's definitely not 100. It's not like, oh, it just started here. It's it's every ruler, every former Wakanda ruler was a Black Panther at times. So it's old. It's very old, and why hence why the hence why the how could I put it? Hence the reason why no European country has been able to conquer, you know, Wakanda. They go in, they don't leave. They, you know, um, in the Marvel universe, Wakanda is the only African nation that's never been colonized by Europeans. So, yeah. Uh, would a predator hunt? Would predator hunt T'Challa? Yeah, he would look at T'Challa as a worthy prey. Um, what is your favorite animated version of T'Challa? Mine was from Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Uh, Definitely that's up there. And second, even though he was only in one episode, uh, the episode in the 1994 Fantastic Four cartoon where Keith David voiced T'Challa. That was a very good adaptation of him because that literally was taken right from a little bit was taken from John Burns' run of Fantastic Four, where T'Challa wanted to test himself against the FF, and he did. So it was good. It was good. Uh, what if Wakanda was the governing body that ruled over Africa? Shit, if that happened, yeah, there'd be no European uh, continent. Like, no European would have settled and taken over and colonized and things like that. So no, not at all. What is the major thing? Okay, these questions come from Spencer Rogers. What is the major thing about T'Challa do you want to see reflected DC portrayal of the character? Is that though he is a powerful ruler and he can um, he's all about protecting his people and things like that, but he is also knowledgeable of the outside world. He knows what's going on, and but he is also not afraid to ask for help if he needs it. He has he when he forms a friendship with you, that's he that friendship is forever. Hence his friendships with Reed Richards and Steve Rogers, they are still lasted. Just showcase what how Stan and Jack and all the other creators have come along and created and put their own twist to T'Challa. Showcase he's a strong man, strong-willed. Um, he's not full of himself, but he's a ruler that rules with a just fist and not overbearing. If you know what I mean. Do you credit the fact that Wakanda is the most technological advanced nation because of T'Challa, or some other reason like abundance resources from investment? Uh, I would say it's a little of both. T'Challa and basically where Wakanda sits on what is one of their precious manufacturing, or I should say, one of their precious assets, vibranium. So it's a little of both. Um, you can only in the Marvel universe you can only find vibranium in two locations, Wakanda and then Antarctica. I think yes, the other one, uh, which kind of consists of like the Savage Land and stuff like that. Your next question is: if you could handpick the creative team for Black Panther, uh, Black Panther solo, who would it be, and what be the premise, and what uh, supporting characters would you be in it? Like I said, I would have the writer be David Walker, artwork be Mike Deodato Jr. The premise is still um, more of being the fact that Shuri kind of leads Wakanda, while T'Challa uh, leads Nepopolis, which is the city of the Wakandan city of the dead. I would literally have it be where it's the Black Panthers, so you'll get it from both sides. You have two Black Panthers, Shuri and T'Challa. Basically, they being the champions of Wakanda. Basically, in a sense, the way one of my writers writes T'Challa for my site, um, Mr. J and his friend Jordan, they write it like that, and that's a good way of writing it. Uh, so that's another. That's a way. Supporting characters be everybody from, so his advisors, um, his mother, their mother. Uh, I would even finally, even though he has finally admitted it, and White Wolf would be a part of it too. Like White Wolf, him and White Wolf kind of made up. Like they really reconciled their differences, and T'Challa does treat White Wolf now more like what he is his brother, which is his adopted brother. All right. Out of all the inventions that T'Challa has made, which is your favorite? Man, that's a hard one. I dig the black ebony armor. I love that armor that he when he puts on. He has the armor, black ebony armor, and it's badass. It looks so cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that one time. So thank you for those questions, Rogers. All right, let's move on to here we go. Comic Book Brothers Earl. Uh, and here's his question. I don't know if you have seen me campaign for a black man on with Twitter, but who do you think would be okay? I just answered the writer and the artist, so don't need to answer that again. Uh, and I have seen that. Once the Black Panther movie is released, into how will you feel when you see black kids, teens, and adults wearing Black Panther costumes for the movie, including other kids and adults from other races? It's never been about. It's always fun to see kids pretty much wear costumes of any character. I try not to look at it like that. Um, when I do see people wearing more, and besides cosplayers wearing Black Panther costumes, when it's more kids and stuff like that, that's fine. But I try not to make it a race issue. Try to never do that. That's the one thing you cannot do. And if you do that, then you fall into obscurity of like, okay, that's that character. That character is just like that. Okay, so yeah, this character is more marketed to that race. No, don't look at it like that. The fact is, he's a good character. He's gonna get his spotlight, his well-deserved spotlight. Um, I've waited patiently, and it's happening. So yeah, that crowd go wild when they announced it. So he's ready. It's ready. Uh, your third question. I'm not just the average laugh out loud. I love the behind the character as well. Dealing with the child. The only thing that really makes me have a beef with him is the fact that knowing he and his people have so much wealth, posterity, and good moral, uh, consciousness, and even a great lifestyle for his people, he doesn't attempt to make the entire continent of Africa uh, mirror the image of Wakanda, as well as help the other black communities and lifestyle. Um, I know you can't always help everyone, but why do you think he doesn't bother helping other black people around the world to do, even as it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're going at. You're basically saying like he's all this stuff Wakanda has, he doesn't try to pass that on to the other African nations, um, as well as they tried to do that with T'Challa at one point. Like, I remember he actually helped uh, in kind of the Hurricane Katrina. I remember them writing an issue when he did that. Um, he does. The thing about it is they really stay true to what Marvel tries to do is really stay true to what's going on now. I work with a lot of Africans in terms of my in my job, and I've listened to them talk, and it's true. They've said it like as much as it's Mother Africa, it's still very divided. Okay, it's very much divided, and Wakandans they have this notion of you stay at our business, we'll stay out of yours. If you bring trouble to us, then we're gonna answer. They've kept that for centuries in their head, and it's hard to break that mold. Even though T'Challa has tried, it's hard for others to break that. Even though he's the king, still it's hard. I do wish they would showcase that more with him. Is that it's not just about Wakanda, 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 Wakanda. It's about he can help. Okay, here's another reason. Okay, here's what. No, here's more example. The only reason why he joined the Avengers was because he was pretty much spying on them. He was spying on them just to see is if these people attack Wakanda, I'll be ready for them. He was that paranoid when he first joined, and when Cap found out why he did it, Cap had a word with him. It's like, yo, hey, I offered you a place here on a team. We would never attack Wakanda. That's not why we asked you to join. Things like that. And it was from that speech and from that where T'Challa really got a more better understanding of the character of Steve Rogers, which why he respects him so much. So, but I do agree, dude, with that analogy as well. And here's your last one. One thing that I absolutely love about the Black Panther anime series is that it's very it's very powerful. If you recall in one episode, T'Chaka was speaking at the conference within the Western leaders, and not wanting to involve Wakanda. What's this? Uh, I'm like, and I was already telling her, and I really want your thoughts. Okay, um, knowing that Wakanda is the image of ancient, do you believe that when the I'm skipping around because it's so long. Do you believe when the Black Panther film hits the big screen that Black people would around the world will have a mental condition reboot into the head that will tell them to start looking at themselves with more respectable values, and stop doing everything that they see on TV that is clearly bad for as well as for the future, and see that they once lived in a perfect civilization that was ancient Kemet, not mirrored in the comics as Wakanda? Uh, I can't answer that question, dude, because the only thing I can say is I hope that every every culture and every race has some problems to them. Don't get it twisted in thinking that it's just one race. It's not. You know, TV does play a big factor in how in this society, especially social media now. And you bet your ass that when this movie drops, social media is going to play a big factor into with this character. It's like Marvel is bringing one of their oldest native African characters or black characters to the big screen, and it's going to get people talking. I guarantee you. But what I'm hoping is just that people will enjoy it for who this character is and maybe learn something from the character, um, no matter their race. Because if you, once again, don't stick yourself in that category, because it's like me. I'm not white, but I learned a lot from Peter Parker, Steve Rogers. I'm not Japanese, but I learned a lot from fictional characters like Ryu, just the way he carries himself. You know, you can't look at yourself like that, and you can't divide it like that. Because if that was the case, people would have said stuff. It would have been people would have said stuff, very verbal, bad stuff about Anthony Mackie as Falcon. Because in the comics, once again, in the comics, a lot of people in the people of Harlem that were in Harlem and seeing Falcon were calling him an Uncle Tom. See? Luckily, they didn't get that from Anthony Mackie's Falcon. Okay? Okay. Vernon Hayes, what's up? But thanks for the questions. Vernon Hayes, do you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Perry Carter should have a crossover Wakanda relations next year before Captain America Civil War comes out? Yeah, I would love to see them really start touching on Wakanda more, and showcase that maybe at one point they have come there. Um, they have. So yeah, I would really, really appreciate that. I would really, um, I would really, really enjoy that and see more of it. Like they could see T'Chaka or somebody as Panther. Uh, do you feel they should show Eric Killmonger in any other Marvel Cinematic movie before his debut in Black Panther, showing that he's planning something big for later? Yep. Yeah, they can go somewhere with Killmonger as well. I mean, yeah, they could. I'd take that too. Very much. So yeah. Do you feel that the Marvel Cinematic Universe should reboot the Rhino in a Black Panther movie, or should Craven make a cameo in the Black Panther movie? Well, as of right now, since they kind of technically now are with the Marvel Cinematic Universe in terms of Spider-Man world, it's not even needed now. Um, it could happen once again. The only thing, yeah, Craven has faced off with T'Challa twice or three times before. He's the Rhino once or twice, you know. So yeah. All right. Next question coming from Shadow God for you. And hey, my M.V.K brother, how is everything on your end? I only have two questions for you. What Black Panther runs do you recommend picking up? Uh, David Priest, his run, definitely. You can pick up Reginald Holland's run, and David List, his run, when T'Challa took over protecting Hell's Kitchen for uh, for, uh, for Daredevil after Shadowland. Um, that was a really good run. I love how David List wrote T'Challa in that, because at that time T'Challa he was trying to keep Wakanda everything away, all of his resources, everything. He was using this more, and I like that. Showcased his brilliance and things like that instead of just relying on all his technically highly technical advanced skills and things like that, and weapons and things like that. So yeah. Um, what are you hoping? What are your hopes and fears for the Black Panther movie? Hopes is that uh, the people will see that heroes come in all shapes, all colors. It's not just one dimension. Fear of it is that they don't go overboard with the character in terms of making him. You got to make him a badass. Don't do that. Another hope is they keep true to like the characteristics, the character, what Stanley and Jack Kirby put into effect, and people carried over from them. Okay, that's another thing. All right. Uh, and that's all the questions I got from Devin. Thanks, Devin. Next up, Dash Raymond. What's up, Dash? Uh, why did T'Challa join the Avengers in the comics? I just explained that. He joined as more of to spy on the Avengers. And later on, when he was found out of why he joined, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Captain America, pulled him aside and had a big talking with him. And it was there through listening to Cap talk, T'Challa really understood why this man standing before him, Steve Rogers, so highly respected, and his words really meant something, and that bond, that friendship really came through. So yeah, he spied on him a lot. He was really there just to spy on their weaknesses, their strengths. What is this? Um, did you like Keith David voicing Panther? Yes, I did. Keith David is a great actor, period. But of course, he is very much known for his voiceover work. Spawn, Goliath, you know, characters like that. He's such and his voice carries so. Anderson, Colonel Anderson from Mass Effect. Once you hear that voice, you know, for example, when you hear him say the few, the proud, the Marines, it's like it means it's so cool to hear that. So when he voiced T'Challa in that episode in 1994, season 2, 1994, Fantastic Four cartoon, it was spot on. I did not hate it. I was like, ooh, yeah, this is good. I like this. Yeah. Um, Black Panther versus Lady Shiva. Ooh, good one, bro. Um, T'Challa is in for a fight. And even Shiva. Uh, T'Challa he's gonna have to be on his guard because Shiva knows martial arts that have been long dead, like skills. She's known martial arts that have like been like there's like only maybe one person knew, and she either killed that person, she learned it from that and killed her, or she knows some forbidden techniques. But I think definitely it'll be a fight. Uh, I would say T'Challa would win, but he's not walking away unscathed. He is gonna have some broke ribs, bones. He's gonna be busted up big time. Um, how happy are you for Mr. Bozeman? Very happy. Very happy. I in my mind, Dash, I always knew it was him gonna be Panther. You know, there's only so much you could try to tease and try to deny before I'm like, you know what, you're him. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You see all these interviews with him whether he was promoting 42 or he was in Draft Day, like that Kevin Costner movie where he was a football player in that. Uh, Even where he played James Brown, there will always be some questions. Are you going to be Black Panther? And he's like, I don't know, man. It's just someone, just how he would say it. I was just like, mm-mm, something's not right. Uh, Prime Primo 11 Abel. Hey, what's up, good bro? I would like to throw in my 2 cents. All right, here you go. They should have his father in the movie. Do you agree? Of course. Of course they should have T'Chaka. T'Chaka should definitely be in the movie and explain, you know, how he becomes the new ruler or whatever. So definitely, T'Chaka is a must in that. Uh, have have the underlying story be what he's against in the books. Western culture. Okay, I can agree with that. Have him with a royal persona. Now that one I don't really want. I don't want him to be that royal persona, that regal feel like nobody can touch him or things like that. I hate that because that will make him come off like a total mark, and it's just like, oh, how dare you touch the. I want him to showcase that he is a king or royalty, but he is benevolent and just, not you know get him away from me. Things like, no, don't do that. Looking down on people. That is one thing I never want to see each child is looking down on someone who is maybe not his better. I don't want that. That's not T'Challa. No way. Um, his fighting skills should be better than Cap. Uh, Fighting ability wise, he's trained all over the world. So I have no problem with that. Steve, the evolution of Marvel Cinematic Captain America has been great. If you see him from first Captain America to Avengers to Winter Soldier, you can clearly see that he's evolved. So, yeah, um, of course, yeah. Uh, well, and your fifth, but like I said, only four. But the other one is, yeah, definitely saying his tech skills and his brilliance. Of course, yeah, definitely got to show that. All right, Zach the Thunder King, you say favorite Panther moment. Mine is when he fought the Skrulls during Secret Invasion. That was a good because that reminded me of that was a good moment when Wakanda fought against the Skrull armies. That felt like 300 to me. Another one of my favorite moments is is T'Challa riding Surfer's surfboard during the new Fantastic Four, where Reed and Sue needed to they were away for a while. They took time off to kind of regain their relationship, and T'Challa and Storm took over with Johnny and Storm, Johnny and Ben, and there was a scene where T'Challa is riding Surfer's board. I was like, what the? I just blew my. I was like, really? I don't. You can't just ride Surfer's board, but it was just like that moment, just like, what? Favorite Panther writer. Um, Priest is up there. hmm Favorite Panther artist. That's a hard one because there have been some good artists who have drawn Panther really well. Like I said, so I can't really answer that one um, too much. But there have been some good artists. Uh, Despawn. Hey Chris, how's it going? All right. What was your favorite moment from the Black Panther animated series? Didn't really have a big favorite moment because, like I said, as much as I liked, was okay with it, I wasn't okay with it. I was half and half on it. First of all, I didn't like the they kept the kind of the Ramada Junior artwork, and it felt like a stop motion comic. I didn't like that. It was just on Holland's run, and I was like, this feels too biased. Okay, that was another reason why. And yeah, hmm so I can't really say I really had a favorite moment in that. I think the one thing I will say I did like was the theme. I did like the theme in that song, Black Panther, Black Panther. I like that. That was a good theme. I like that. Hope they have a badass theme for the movie as well. After the Black Panther movie comes out, do you like to see a TV series about the Black Panther? I would probably think he's going to stay strictly in the cinematic universe in terms of uh, movie wise. Um, I can guarantee you right now he'll probably be Avenger. He'll be an Avenger sometime soon, especially during probably Infinity Wars and all that. Because they say that the roster's definitely going to change during that time. Um, so yeah, I definitely will say hmm I'll definitely say that. All right. Um, but like I said, wouldn't mind if they mentioned him in. Eventually, depending if Agents of Shield's still going, he'll be mentioned in there or something like that. Uh, what look do you like to see the Panther have in the movie? Well, we saw what the costume is going to look like. That's the costume, the design. That's basically his classic look. Eventually, hopefully, later on, they start maybe by the end we may see the caped look that he has, and maybe sometime, like I said, Priest did the whole the claws, the vibranium claws that were gold, and he had more gold on and things like that. But I wouldn't mind. But the classic look is always, you can't beat the classic. Can't go wrong with that. I'm just glad they're not doing his first look. Yeah, if you all you guys out there, all my fellow Panther fans out there, do you know that the basic black look was not T'Challa's first look? There is, you look it up. Look for Black Panther's original look by Jack Kirby. You'll see what he looks like. It's like, hell no. I was just like, no. I love you, Jack. I love you, Mr. Kirby, but no, 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 no. That would not have slide. Uh, would let's see. Your next question, Spawn, is would who do you prefer on the Black Panther costume? Who do you prefer on the black costume, cape or no cape? We're gonna see no cape. It seems like it's gonna be no cape, but I wouldn't mind seeing the cape maybe at the end of the movie, like where he's sitting on a throne and with his bodyguards next to him. I always have hard time pronouncing his bodyguards' names. The but he's on the throne with the cape and everything, mask and all. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Um, Next questions come from Major Badass. Do you think T'Challa would be proud of young black heroes like Miles, Static, and Cyborg? Miles, T'Challa would be proud of any youth. Once again, don't want to make it a color issue. That's the thing. And Miles being biracial, but still, he would be very proud of them. Static, he would be very proud of um, brilliant young man as himself, and Cyborg, you know, uh, he'd probably even give Cyborg something, or even upgrade Cyborg even more. Um, so he would definitely be proud of a lot of the young heroes. All right, how do you think he would react to meet the hate group who calls themselves the Black Panthers? You're talking about the recent one. You're not talking about the Huey, all those, the classic one from the 60s and all. No. I think he'd be definitely kind of disgusted. Really be disgusted at that. I, you don't. I'm a little bit like, really, like, you guys are calling yourself that from a group that was more of defenders for the cause, but they went about it the right way, and you're taking that name, and you're you're throwing your own garbage into it, and you're shitting on their name. You're shitting on the men and women that were a part of that group and fought and died and were arrested for things that I don't want to get too deep into it, but you know where I'm going at with that. So yeah, he would be very upset about that. Do you think if T'Challa was suddenly sent back to the time of slavery, he would help fight the fight against it? Does Pam Anderson have big boobs? Hell yeah, he would. Um, does Nicki Minaj have a big booty? Hell yeah. Yeah, of course. You T'Challa wouldn't stand for that. He wouldn't stand for it as much as anybody wouldn't stand for it. You know, who would win in a war, North Korea or Wakanda? I'm gonna stay out of that one. I'm not going there. I am not. Sorry, dude. I'm not going there. But yeah, I'm not. So yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Mr. J. Hey, Jeremy, what's up? Do you think we've been? Do you think it would have been different if T'Challa and Storm were never divorced? Even though I liked her, even though I like her with Logan, uh, probably. Because even Storm had to deal with a lot of crap from the tribal, council. Oh, she's not really one of us. Things like that. She's this and that. She had to earn the people of Wakanda's respect. So, but she did, and I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think it would have been. But besides, their annulment, because that's what it was. It was an annulment. Was totally stupid. Once again, proven that in the comic industry, they don't want, especially in the big two, they don't want any of their characters in a long-term relationship in terms of marriage or things like that. And it surprises me now that characters like Sue and Reed are still together. It's like, I'm surprised they haven't tried to break them up. Every other character has been broken up for some stupid reason. For stupid reasons. Look at Clark and Lois, Peter and MJ, Ollie and well, no, I can't really say Ollie and Canary because there was kind of a reason why she kind of. Uh, but you know where I'm going at. It's just stupid sometimes. Who would you cast as Shuri in Marvel Universe? Two people are my choices for Shuri or Shuri. Um, I'm probably butchering her name, but Lupina, who was from 12 Years of Slavery, she's one of them, and who plays Michonne on Walking Dead. Definitely could see them two as Shuri. Uh, who do you think what do you think of the storyline where T'Challa lived in Hell's Kitchen for a while? Yeah, the most dangerous man, Black Panther. I love that story arc. That was a good run where pretty much T'Challa protected Hell's Kitchen while Matt really had to find himself again after what happened in Shadowland. I thought that was great. I love David List. David List did a bang up job with that. And that is a run I definitely recommend someone to jump on board. Um, and they kept the numbering like it was still like since at that time Daredevil had reached past 500, they kept it going. Like instead of the Man Without Fear, it was Black Panther, the most dangerous man in the world, or most dangerous man, Black Panther 513 or something like that. It was great. I loved it. Um, who do you think? Do you think they'll show Cap's encounter with T'Chaka in World War II? That'd be so cool to see that, but I doubt they'll go that. But we don't know because over so they've been showing clips of Cap doing missions that we didn't even see him do in the first movie. So, or it could be just Cap. He could do it in Avengers. Like it could be somewhere like he talks about. Yeah, I was in a place once in Africa. Like I met somebody there. So yeah, excuse me. um, Millennium Joker. If you could beef up to Panther's Rose Gallery by adding 5 characters, who would they be and why? You can get them from anywhere. 5. Oh boy. Ra's al Ghul. Ooh, can you imagine Ra's al Ghul as Panther's enemy? um, Lex Luthor definitely. Um, a lot of rich socials like old school David Xanatos would work. But as for another major like power player villain, Gorilla Grodd. Could you imagine Grodd being T'Challa's enemy? Ooh, that is badass. Ooh, I can't. Yeah. Ooh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Okay. In the African nation, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get to the questions that are on the live feed. I'm just wrapping up these ones. If the nation of Wakanda had a Game of Thrones style government, who would the 9 houses be? I don't know because I'm not big into Game of Thrones, guys, so I can't really go into real detail about that. Yes, guys, I'm not a big Game of Thrones fan. I don't even really watch the show. Never even read the books. Sorry, yeah, I'm not really. But I guess you could say they would be a lot of animal themes and things like that. It'd be kind of cool. If Black Panther was to make a team, who would it? Oh, I just did that. I'm not even doing it again. A total of 7. Yeah, because T'Challa makes up 8. Like I said, I did that already. I'm not even gonna do that again. Next up. Okay, almost done. Cedric House. What role do you think T'Challa will play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Too much to even go into detail about. He can be the ambassador of this more highly advanced technology, even higher advanced than Tony Stark's. So yeah, there's so much he can be, so many opportunities, so much the role of this character besides just being a ruler of an African nation. Perry King, what would happen if T'Challa met the T'Challa and the Ghost Who Walks? Oh my god, I would fucking love to see this printed. Oh my god, hashtag that. T'Challa, Black Panther meets the Phantom. Oh my god, make it happen. I would love that. Because let's face it, both characters are in Africa. Both are in fictional places in Africa, Bengala and Wakanda. I would love to see, because I believe, because this is how I look at it. Both characters have respect for each other because they would heard of their legends. They would have heard of it. You know, I can see T'Challa knowing that no people you go if you are for piracy, greed, and all that, and all kinds of forms. Somewhere down the line, you go into the jungles of Mangala and cause that kind of trouble, you're going to run into the ghost who walks. However, I do believe T'Challa would deduce the fact that he's not immortal. It's not the same man. It's just a nickname. And with Panther and with Phantom, Kit Walker, I would think the same way. He would know, but then once again, you can also put the fact that it could be even T'Chaka as the Panther because the times differences as well. Like I said, Phantom is one of my favorite pulp era heroes, and ooh, yes, good one, Perry. I love that. Would you like to see Black Panther and Storm become a couple in the Marvel Cinematic Universe if X-Men were back with Marvel Studios? Um, I wouldn't mind, but if they kept it away, I wouldn't mind either. Uh, and that looks like, ladies and gentlemen, all the questions that were on the announcement video. Now, I know for a fact there's probably like dozens of questions here, and I'm going to get to them right now if I can get to them. Um, let's see. How far are we into this? All right. All right. We are. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, here we go. 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 Okay, here we go. All right, here's just some of the questions here. All right, Linnerman 0245. How would you feel if Panther got the Guyver unit on? If T'Challa was able to put on a Guyver unit, Jesus Christ, I fear whoever is coming after Wakanda. All right. Oh, okay. Danny, you saying, damn it. Wait, I just saw that. All right, hold on. Okay. Oh, sweet. Is that a Dreamcast? I see. Yeah, that's a Dreamcast. Danny, you see in the back. Omnitron, do you think that T'Challa's uh, stint in Hell's Kitchen should have been longer? Yeah, I wouldn't have minded being a little bit longer because I enjoyed it very much. Um, but I do like where when when Matt came back, he clearly saw the difference in Hell's Kitchen. He was like, "Wow, it's different. You did a hell of a job." And so yeah, I could definitely love that. But I wouldn't have minded being a little bit longer. Uh, you also say Marvel doesn't have Namor. I think last I heard, Universal has. Well, that still should be under Marvel because Hulk was still being distributed by Universal, but he was under Marvel. So you know what I'm going at with that one. I want to see. I want to see Panther and Vixen team up. I think it would be a good crossover. Yeah, that's another good crossover, and I can see Vixen falling for T'Challa too. Like, yo, man, T'Challa's a ladies' man. Like, don't get it twisted. Um, and I'm not just talking about certain details, but yeah, he can. You know where I'm going. For T'Challa's movie, who do you think the villain will be, and what do you think the overall tone will be? The villain definitely has to be. I wouldn't mind the two villains in the first movie being M'Baku as a secondary villain, but the main villain is always about Claw. Um, do I want it just a clearly revenge piece? No, but definitely those are the two main. The tone of it should be similar to Winter Soldier, but not that much, but similar. Um, does it bother you that we've also that we'll most likely never see Storm and T'Challa tie the knot in the movies? Not as much. Doesn't really bother me that much because um, even though they made a very big deal out of their wedding and things like that, I was really like, they're getting married because of a story that they met a long time ago and they were good friends and things like but they fell out and then all of a sudden, T'Challa just comes to marry me and that was just like, really, huh? Like that could have had more build up. That's my opinion. So no, it doesn't really bother me at all. Lord Senpai, what's up? Um, does did Black Panther did the Black Panther go to Japan? Just curious. I don't think so. I don't think he's ever been technically there, like on. I think he's been there once on Avengers business, but as just Wakandan business is just he's there. I think I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember. Did he go in Priest's run? I don't think so. Can't. No. Correct me on that one, guys. Trying to remember. Would you like to see a Panther? I just somebody just answered that for me. So yeah, I don't. I somebody. Uh, let's see. I keep getting new questions. I'm trying to. What did you think of the possibility we'll see T'Challa with powers like he was in the Ultimate Comics, where he got Wolverine claws and a healing factor? I don't want to see that, but what do you think? If anything, he should get the powers he's got now in the 616. If they gave him, I really don't want him to be ultimate, uh, you know, to T'Challa, because if I remember correctly, he was actually a mutant in the Ultimate Universe, and he couldn't speak. His throat got ripped out by a panther, I believe, or something like that. It was just like, oh shit, yeah, that shit right there was like, damn, like, So yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Trying to get these questions. Okay. Seeing one of my favorite FF runs had Black Panther leading the team. Do you think that we could see Marvel try their own take on the T'Challa? Maybe. I don't think you can call it FF or F4 or anything like that, but I could see something like that. Uh, Here's a fun crossover. Wakanda existed in the CW Flash universe, CW Arrow Flash, and Claw was in Starling City. How how well do you think T'Challa would get along with Arrow's crew, and especially Oliver? He would probably have a little bit of some problems with Ollie, like his attitude in a sense at times, but I think he would he would have some respect for him. He would have respect over time for him. Not, he wouldn't be like marking out and geeking out like Barry was when they were teaming up, but he would see his skills and respect it. Omnitron, you say, do you think the Black Panther movie could open up new doors for other international Marvel heroes like Captain Britain or Shang-Chi? Hell yeah. Personally, to me, Shang-Chi would be better on a Netflix series. Um, Captain Britain. I don't know if you can do him without him mentioning. You probably could, but you know that he is the twin brother of Psylocke, so I don't know if he belongs with Fox, because anything mutant is Fox, even though his powers are more magical. Um, but I wouldn't mind. I would love to see it. I think it'd be great to open up the doors for like MI6 and the Excalibur and you know just I can go on and on. You know what I mean? Let me see. Okay, all right. Now I'm caught up on it. Okay. Do you think that Black Panther and Snake Eyes? What do you? A Black Panther Snake Eyes? Yeah, I'd love that. I would definitely love that. And if Bruce Wayne and T'Challa were going up against the Joker, do you think T'Challa would have a major respect for Bruce and consider Batman to be for Gotham what Black Panther is for Wakanda? Absolutely. I think he he would respect what Bruce is trying to do for Gotham. He would respect his charges. His Bruce's his chart like Robin and Nightwing and Batgirl and all those people. Um, I think he would definitely have a respect for them. I think he would even T'Challa, if need be, he will kill if need be. I have seen T'Challa kill, but it's not the first option. But I think he would highly respect Bruce for that code of not going to that place. I'm not saying that he wouldn't kind of question like this guy, like to say he's in a bat cave and he got on the back. I can guarantee you, T'Challa would be able to hack the back computer like that. Get on there and be like, this guy right here, the Joker. I've seen that this guy seems to break out of that Arkham facility more times, and you put him back in, but you don't cross that line. I'm happy. I respect that you haven't crossed that line, but be careful. I think T'Challa would really even say, I can give you even plans of, can you show me the blueprints of Arkham Asylum? I can improve that 110% better than what it is now. I can guarantee you he would do that. What would happen if T'Challa met the assassins from the Assassin's Creed? Depending on where, because we've never seen that the guild has ever been in Africa, so can't really say. That creed has never been. All we ever see is a creed is Europe and things like that. So I can't really say how that would go. So I can't really say. And that is all the questions. I think that is caught up on the questions. Yeah. So I think that is all the questions. Let's go back to let me go back to all right, let me see. If that is all the questions, I would think I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up. No. Here we go. Let's see, where is it? Oh, different. I think a team of Anansi the Spider and Black Panther would be good. Are we talking Anansi, the Spider God? Because, or you're talking Anansi, the character that we saw in Static, the cartoon? Because Anansi the Spider God he was nothing but a trickster, and T'Challa, Spider-Man once came to Wakanda, and the people of Wakanda treated Spider-Man as a god. They braided his hair. I mean, Spider-Man had cornrows. Peter had cornrows, and he was like, "Hey, I look pretty good with cornrows." But and T'Challa even told him why they're doing this because they think you are the avatar of Anansi, so they are treating you with respect. And I was like, "Ooh, that's good stuff right there." Now, but remember, Nancy at times he was always as the spider god, the trickster. He played tricks on people and things like that. Kind of like a little bit like Loki, but there's a lot of stories telling of it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Um, Black Panther versus I'm trying to say Black Panther. Damn it, the Black Panther versus Deathstroke. Who'd win? That is a good question. Uh, God damn, that is a good question. Uh, mm, could T'Challa take Slade? He probably could outthink Slade, but Slade thinks on a different level too. So, not saying that T'Challa is not Panther is not unbeatable. So is Slade. Slade has been defeated too. So it'll be more of a game of wits and like a chess game. Definitely, I'll definitely agree with that. Let's see. What's the next question? So I know it's got some more. Gonna get to these. If there's any more questions, I'll see what we got. To be fair, at least Lois and Clark were split up due to a ill-convenient reboot. It's still stupid. It's still stupid. I don't care how that should have never happened. Lois and Clark should have never been that. Even though it was a New 52, that's why thank God during conversion, we're gonna see Lois and Clark back together, and Lois is pregnant. So I'm like, thank God, because look, I don't mind. I don't mind this whole Wonder Woman Superman as much, but it's just like this was clearly thrown together because people kept wanting to see it, and oh yeah, they make a perfect couple. They're a perfect match for each other. Blah 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 blah. But I liked Lois and Clark together. Let's see. That seems to be. Oh, T'Challa meets Azazel. What happens? That's from Despawn. Depending on which one we're talking about, um, John Paul Valley, or whoever, or Mike Lane, Michael Lane. It depends, but yeah, there could be some serious. Like I don't follow this guy. No way. Mm-mm. So yeah. All right. Okay. Wait. Okay. What would happen if T'Challa was on a podcast? I don't know. Did you ever want to see Spider-Man, T'Challa team up with Spider-Man more while he was in New York? Yeah, I did. Um, Only got to see it a couple of times. There's a team up between Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Black Panther in New York. That was one time. They did it again uh, in Holland's run. But I would love to see it more. And then, of course, there was a time where Spidey traveled to Wakanda uh, because he needed some help with something with T'Chaka, and that's what I'm talking about. Where the Wakandans braided Peter's hair, had it in a cornrow, and he was telling them, I'll help out a fellow Avenger anytime, things like that. It was cool, but I would love to see Spidey and um, you know T'Challa. And T'Challa is another one that clearly said, just like Blue Marvel said to Spider-Man, people should come to you more of your scientific know how because you're very intelligent. And you know, yeah, so yeah, I definitely agree with that one. All right. Um. Well, guys, that seems to be it for the questions. Um. And yeah, Danny, you definitely were talking about the Nancy spider from definitely the static cartoon. Yeah, it would be cool. And that question was answered before Spawn, so don't need to answer that one about T'Challa version as a Predator. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Um, had a lot of fun with this. Uh, I don't know yet what's the theme for March, but I'll think of something as always, and I'll come with the announcement vid as always. But other than that, guys, I want to thank everybody who came out to watch my Black Panther live Q&A discussion. I hope I answered your questions as best I could. Hope you had fun. I hope you learned some things. I hope you saw that, yeah, I am a Panther fan, and I'm looking forward to the movie. And I want to see certain things happen with T'Challa. But yes, you can see that Chris, he patiently waits. He doesn't start hammering it down people's throats that this should happen. But I am hammering this down to people's throats. Hashtag Panther meets the Phantom. Get that out there. Make it happen. I love that. No, but I'm just, other than that, guys, this is Mamba and Kid saying peace, one love. Stay tuned. Keep real, guys, as always. I'll catch you guys on the flip flop. Once again, take care.